The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have any law degrees. I am Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start this show. How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good. Like I wore my Your Ego Is Not Your Amigo t-shirt today because we've been getting a lot of grab, man. A lot of support for the t-shirts, man. So
yes.
It's feeling good. I might be time to decide on what the next phrase might be and start preparing for that, because literally black large, that's out. Black medium is starting to be on its way to the large and whites they're dipping. The quantities are dipping, and I know people are gonna get to me late, and I'm not gonna have no t-shirts to give to them. It's just that is. So we're probably gonna have to start.
It is.
And we're just gonna have to start thinking about the next t-shirt phrase that we're gonna put together and throw out there. But yes, feeling blessed, feeling highly favored, and all of that good stuff. How about you, man?
Oh, I'm good. Back at the business. Enjoying life. That's what we're supposed to do.
That's what we're supposed to do, man.
And people say I'm for the streets. I'm not for the streets.
It's a cool man winner. It's a cool man winner out on these streets.
Oh, man. That reputation is ruined.
Oh, bro.
Yo. This might be my last episode, folks. I'm going to be going to a mountain sometime soon.
Yes.
And if you spot me in the streets and stuff like that, I'm not for the streets. Just spot me in the streets.
Just spot him in the streets.
And I'll tell you, it ain't me. I look like the guy who was on that podcast.
Is this going to be our How Did We Get Here episode, or we're going to leave that to when, you're off the streets again, and then we reflect back to this moment? We have like a reflection episode. It's however you want to play it, Marv.
I need a therapy episode.
You need a therapy episode.
I think I need a therapy episode and stuff, whatever. Right. I'm thinking like in my head, just to snowball some shit. Maybe like there's probably about 2 women telling me what the hell's wrong with me. And I need your punk ass, but then again, sometimes you leave me to die when we have guests.
I need to be on the couch as well.
Yeah, but you need to be to help save me, is like point out the good, because I might be too busy laughing or might be in pain.
Right.
And they're like, you for the streets, you ain't shit. Men ain't shit.
So I gotta be a lawyer and this time around.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we can set that up. Okay. I think we can find. I mean, if we don't do it on, let's say, a stereo, because I'm pretty sure Kiss T would love to kiss their teeth at your theatrics, but I don't know.
I kiss teeth right back at them.
I don't know. Maybe it might be something for
right back at them.
Maybe we can get Shorty out of hiding.
No, she might annihilate me. Yo.
She was the original You're for the Streets, if I remember that correctly. You were the thought in her eyes.
Yo.
Yeah.
I want to be someone's apple in their eye, not the thought in their eye.
You were the thought. You were the thought.
I think the issue is that because I speak so freely.
Yes.
I seem worse than I am.
I think that's what it is.
Because I speak so freely. And then salute to my mom and my pops for shooting up the club, because this is just looks from them. I've been given looks from them. Got my father's forehead, my mom's pointy lips, my mom's
No, that's Jerry Springer.
Shut the hell up. Cut this shit.
Jerry Seinfeld's nose.
Cut this shit. I'm about to say Jerry Springer got a Caucasian nose too. I'm about to say cut this shit. You're giving me the every Jerry? Next week you're gonna call me Ben and Jerry's nose?
Every Jerry's nose.
Yo. But I mean that's the funny thing and stuff, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I need love. And no one will take me serious when I say it like that.
No one take you seriously.
No one will take you. No. Yo, I never forget.
It's like a dating game with you. That's how it is.
Apparently, because the funny thing too is that one day I was with salute to Ben. I was with Ben, and then I got a phone call from a woman, right?
Right.
And we were together and stuff like Ben and I were together, and then the woman called me and stuff like that, and then we actually got into a conversation and stuff about like about like love and relationships and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm kind of bad at love. I kind of need like a do-over and stuff. Or I don't think in this lifetime,
right,
it might really be for me. I'm not saying I given up hope. I'm a hopeless romantic, but like, I don't know. I feel like I want it more than the other person wants it. So maybe that's the reason why it doesn't work. Right? And when I'm explaining that to the woman, he's right by me and stuff like that. Cause I'm like, I don't know, I'm bad at love. I'm on the phone looking straight. He sees to my right, whatever. I hear this guy. He caught an attitude. He's like, here we go. I was like, so I turn my head. I'm like, hold on a second. The hell's your problem?
Right.
He's like, let me get you. I'm like, you're not bad at love. You just haven't found the right person, right? So I'm like, cut this shit. And then I'm like, hello? This shit, you're not bad at love.
Salute.
I need love. Welcome back, folks. If you're a regular degler, you already know what you're getting yourself into. To the new folks, we welcome you too. Like, comment, subscribe. All streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons Podcast.
All streaming platforms.
We are here.
Possible.
Full steam ahead. Choo, choo, choo.
Leave a comment, man.
Comment, like, subscribe, all the above.
Wherever you listen.
And submit your Ask the Sons questions. We do appreciate them.
Yes.
We will get to them at the end of the show.
Yes.
They're tallying back up again, so we will get to them when we can. All right. First thing is
the polls.
The polls. Let's get to the polls. Not the stripper polls, the polls, because people think I'm for the streets. So I just want to make sure we clarify some things. If you were dating somebody for 6 months and they ask you for $1,000 loan, do you give it to them?
I was on the no side for that.
Right. So that was our question of the week and stuff last week. Right. And 54% said that's way too soon. 54%. So that's close. It was close running.
Yeah.
I seen what some people and stuff were coming from.
Right.
And everything.
Did we have any comments? Like any DM comments on it?
We had like one or two.
One or two
and stuff like that. But the funny thing and stuff is that I think verbatim when I was getting from people. Yeah. One person said to me and stuff, and I agree with them. They were like, people are so willing to give up the money to like a family member that like, I want to say you might rock with so-so, but then you're trying to build a relationship with somebody and stuff for 6 months. You're dating. If you're dating somebody for 6 months, you're trying to build something, no? Yeah. And if you're building something for 6 months and stuff, whatever, why not take the chance to try to build towards a future? I said one day and stuff, whatever, a woman said to me, shit, let's go half on a baby. I said, you make it seem like it's a Subway sandwich. I don't understand. Yeah. Why don't we go half on a business? You know what I'm saying? Right. And then she's like, but I don't know you to intertwine my money with you like that. And I was like, that's very true. What the person was saying and stuff like, yes, it might seem short and stuff for her, but she's like, it's chemistry again. Yeah. Because you can get a good feeling about me loaning me the money, and you get a bad feeling about loaning your sibling the money.
This is true.
Right? And that's just the feeling that only you have, and be glory to your creator. Right. That might give you that kind of thing. Or in your case, a breeze blow probably between you and a woman.
Yeah. I think in most cases, though, I mean, you have to have the chemistry. Yeah, it sometimes it's instant, but I think in most cases it takes a little bit of time to develop. And 6 months usually,
but people are fucking less than that. People are fucking less than that.
People are fucking within a few days. But people are not. I think with that though, people are not.
You're more free with your body than you are with your funds.
Well, you know what it is. People are looking at their body as leisure time. It is what it is, man. The people are looking at their body as leisure time, man. I want to go blow a nut, so I go blow a nut. I want to go get off, so I go get off. They're not tying it to any specific thing like love or anything else like it once was. Fair. Right?
Fair.
But things like, my money, where I gotta make sure I gotta defend certain things like groceries, rent, so forth like that. A future, I probably might be more cautious of that. It's it's not gonna be any fun in the future if I don't have any of that. And I might not know you as well that I think you're stable enough to consider these things. 6 months is a period of time, but You like they said, you truly don't know a person till you live with them. Are you gonna live with somebody right after 6 months?
Probably not. Probably not. I'm not discrediting that it won't happen because
we're also saying that we understand chemistry can happen right away. So I can meet her tomorrow and we could be madly in love, and by next month we're moving in together, right?
Right, because remember, like speaking of the Kiss Teeth girls, like when we had that episode and stuff with them,
right?
I think it was something about like pandemic.
Matter of fact, if you have not checked that episode out yet, feel free, right? Sort of touched along the same type of lines here, but the question was about a pandemic time.
Yeah, pandemic time and stuff, whatever. Would you loan the person the money or have them move in with you or something like that? Along those lines? Or would you have the person move in with you?
I think it was...
You've been dating for somebody for like 3 months?
Right.
And pandemic hit.
Would you either lend them the money or have them move in with you? I think that was...
I'd rather lend them the money.
I would rather lend them the money too.
Well, yeah, because like, and the funny thing too, it's not even about I don't have an issue with sharing the space.
Right.
But I look at it and stuff is that, like, if you're in my inner sanctum or my sanctuary, like in my home and everything like that, I feel like, it takes some time.
Yeah.
Like in my world, it takes some time and stuff, whatever. Like, yeah.
Oh, I think I remember what it was. Either you gave them, I think it was $2,000, or you allowed them to stay with you for 6 months to ride out the COVID storm. I think that's what it was.
How long we dating though? I'm trying to remember. If we dating for the 6 months, if we dating for the 6 months,
I don't even think we were dating. I don't even think it was a dating for the 6 months question. I think it was like you just
sink or swim.
Right. I think that was your answer then.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah, I have no problem and stuff with the loan, the time frame and stuff. Whatever for me, I think the 6 months and stuff. We're still trying to build. I do half since we only made it to half a year. I give you 500.
I'll give you 500.
I'm like, had we did a year, you would have got the full rack.
There was more there for you, but it's
I was like, Now this is a 1 year relationship.
It's like it's calculated by how much time you put in. That's what you get out.
Okay, so remember the lotto question and stuff we had way in the beginning, like with the You're in a relationship for 1 year.
Right.
2 weeks after your 1 year anniversary, you win the lotto, $50 million. How much do you give your significant other? One person said they give the person $1,200, $100 for each month they've been in a relationship with. And I was like, yo, I am not mad at that though. But $50 million is a lot of money. You all right? You seem stressed over there.
That's too little of amount, man. Come on.
Yo, some people said nothing though. Somebody said nada.
Some people they're just wicked.
Nada. Salute to Mexico, man. Salute to Mexico. We see you. We love you. We appreciate you guys and stuff too. They're like nada. Nada. Yo, we're not. The next poll was, which means more to you, money or time? 82% said time. How do you feel about that?
I think time as well.
You think time?
Yeah.
I say time in my mind.
Right.
But I feel like the money will kind of help you create the time. What I mean by that is stuff for that. Let's say if you spend the money and stuff for the cleaning.
Yeah.
Let's say, no, not even cleaning. You put the time into clean.
Okay.
For me to clean my house top to bottom on a Saturday, about like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
2 to 3 hours. Because I know I put some time and stuff in like the washroom and the kitchen. Everywhere else stuff is like, I'm going to say light dusting, wiping up, cleaning up and everything like that, a vacuum to and fro, right? If I had a Molly maid or I paid for like a cleaning service and everything like that, those 2 to 3 hours I got back.
It's true.
So I think with the money, you can do some things to kind of bring back the time.
Yeah.
time is very, very hard to get back because
Very hard.
once you lose it, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So we focus a lot more on time because a lot of people are, poor, my opinion, poor in time management.
Right.
So that's the reason why I feel like the thing, because people are like, oh, I don't have enough time and stuff within the day. All right, you got 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Let's break this shit down.
Yeah.
You're supposed to sleep 8 hours,
Hmm?
right? I don't sleep 8 hours.
I don't get.
You don't sleep
I don't get
8
8 hours.
All right. So now we're in the same boat now. So now, let's say shits and giggles, we might luck in. I might luck in like 5 to 6 hours a night,
right,
of sleep, right? So now I have 3 extra hours because I didn't use those hours and stuff to sleep. What am I using with those hours and stuff like that? Now, you're supposed to work for 8. So now the sleep is 8. Your work is 8. You're still left with 8.
Still left with 8.
24 hours.
Right.
Depending on how far you live from job or work, or some people work from home now and everything, you cut down on commute. Your commute might be long. It might be nothing.
Might be short. Right. Yeah.
Right? Kids, family, and then I guess, let's say, to get ready for the following day or get ready for
Next
the following thing and stuff like that, whatever, right? Because remember, some people work Monday through Friday, some people work like weekends too, and all the above. So I look at it stuff as if you honestly look at your time management skills, you have more time than you think.
Yes, I've always said that.
Because I know I don't sleep like that, I dedicate that time into this.
Right.
Our business.
Yeah.
Because yes, the 40-hour work week from career-wise is there.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, I'm not disrespecting my job. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But maybe because I'm ambitious, I want more. So
Yeah,
I'm going to use...
There's nothing wrong with
exactly,
that.
I'm going to utilize the extra time that I recognize, like, more if you're not sleeping for 8, you're
Right.
sleeping for 5.
Right.
Take these other 3 and utilize this in other things and stuff like that. So therefore, you make the most of the day.
Put
And
it where
build
somewhere
most...
productive. That's all. Yeah. Refocus that time.
I mean, I look at it as I was like, you take the money, the money you make, pay it towards something else, and get you back to time.
Yeah. I mean, I said time, but I can understand why people would pick money just because of how society and culture is, right? It's like we've put the emphasis on you need money to live, right? And then from that standpoint, you're always working, using up your time to make that money, right? You're trading time for money, right? And then spending that money to live, right?
Right.
Where if you really look at it, right? If we're really looking at it from a human standpoint, is you don't need money to live.
Oh.
But you need time to live. If you don't have time, you're not living at all, right? So time has got to be the most important thing from that aspect. But what we're in this society, we don't respect it like that. We respect the money more than we respect the time, and that's all it really boils down to.
I feel like people, like I said, it's a time management thing, right? Because I look at it stuff as where I'm not in my 40s now, and I have this kind of energy or this drive to do what I can do now.
Right.
We fast forward time to bring to my 50s.
Right.
Do I still have the time? Do I still have the energy like I did at 36? The answer might be damn no, hell no.
Might be no.
Might not be no. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
especially when we're doing so much things right now that rob us.
My God.
It's so fun. Because think about it. If you didn't have to work as hard as you did from the time is now, and all you had to do is just whatever physical activity that you did in your 30s, you could just maintain that up into your 50s. Man, you'd be fit as a fiddle.
What?
You wouldn't be tired or anything like that. But
so
it's
explain everybody putting on them damn pounds after the high school graduation. Yo, I see some chicks. That came in my DM like, hey, we went to school together. Yeah. I was like, don't recall. I'm like, when? And then they'll put on photo. I'm like, that was you? I know you put on weight, but yo, boo, like you changed. You've changed.
Well, time didn't do very much for
Time
her.
didn't work well.
Didn't do
She
very
needed
much-
more money.
Didn't do it very much for her. Maybe she had like a stationary job where she didn't, she didn't move about too much. She just stayed still all that time.
And you know what, the funny thing, I get real life kicks in. But I think the thing and stuff is that the same way we're not or I would say a good portion of people are well on their time management skills.
Right.
But we're not well of our bodies. Because it's so funny and stuff where like...
Well, I mean, again, sleep is the most important thing about it, right? And how many...
Yes, sir.
Like two
said,
people just on the podcast just said we don't sleep properly. We don't sleep well. Right?
Yeah.
How many people out there do you really think have proper sleep, that get proper sleep?
Man,
and that's the starting of the health.
Man, one woman told me on her day off and stuff for that, she taking about like 16 hours of sleep. I was like...
16 hours?
I was like, that sounds like a fucking porno fantasy to me. I was like... I couldn't fathom that. I remember one time I was like,
it's like you would have to wake up to take breaks of sleeping and then go back to sleep. like
facts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could remember like one day, I think I was probably like gone off my rockers. I think it was my birthday.
Right.
My birthday earlier this year and stuff like that. I was at a relative's house. We were there. We were drinking, we were smoking, we were talking and everything like that. I'm like, I'm good. They like, shut up, eat this gummy. Yeah, and then they're like, then they kept pouring the shots and everything like that. And I was like, and then things started hitting my system. And I was like, God bless, I don't have shit to do and stuff tomorrow like that immediately.
Right.
I made it home, let's say 1:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go piss before. I have blackout curtains.
Okay.
So I said, I know I touched the bed. I took off my clothes. I touched the bed and I was like, I gotta pee. So I'm like, damn, I could have sworn I just peed before I went to bed.
Right.
And then like I turned, I looked like towards the curtains and I see like the daylight struggling. The daylight struggling trying to
the top of the top.
You know it.
Yeah.
It's coming from the top. And I'm looking like, so like I reached for my phone. I looked, my phone said like 10:34 a.m. I'm like, damn! It's a beautiful morning. Feel like I'm on a commercial now. I'm on cloud 12, not even 9. And I was like, well, I can't do this shit all the time. I can't fuck up my system like that. I can't even get high, get drunk, all that every day just to sleep.
To get regular sleep.
I'm gonna be fucked. We gotta be aware of our bodies and input and output and stuff like that as well, right? And I think we take certain things for granted until it comes to that point. And I feel like money and time, they're both the things and stuff we take for granted as human beings.
Yeah.
I feel like we come to this point and stuff we're like, oh, I got time. There's always tomorrow. There might not always be tomorrow.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And they're looking like, it's only going to cost this. Live it up. YOLO. People still say YOLO anymore? But like...
Probably some derivative.
So yeah. Oh. We outside. That's the new YOLO.
That's the new YOLO, bro.
We outside. Like, it means you don't give no fucks anymore.
No.
You don't care what you spend it on.
Yeah.
You're just there. And we take money and time for granted and stuff for that because the same thing now, if you talk about how frivolously you're probably blowing money in your 20s, and now you're a man in your 40s and you're wise about how you go about your money. If you think back on how much money you've blown, it would piss you off now.
Of course, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Us as human beings and stuff, we just have to be well aware. I think part of the reason why I posted this question is because I'm like, I think we take these things for granted.
Right.
But I just want to see where majority of people sit with. And if it is the time.
Well, I mean, not only take for granted, but how the two of them are closely intertwined with each other.
Facts. Absolutely.
Right? It's like the more money you have, the more of that time you can buy back for yourself. The less money that you have, the more time you got to put in to make it.
Yes.
Right? So
true.
they're very twined. They're twined.
All right. So, yes. Let's talk about this Wisconsin Christmas parade, man.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers to all the peoples that were hurt and injured and killed during this horrific event. It's a Christmas parade. To not get too super emotional and stuff, I'm not really a fan of people fucking with kids.
Right.
I don't condone violence against kids and anything like that. And this was a kid family show type of event.
Yeah.
Can I say I was sad to find out it was a black guy?
No, you don't have to apologize.
Yeah, I was
for any of that.
I was. It caught me off guard because remember with the Toronto thing and the guy in the van.
That was Incel.
Yeah, the Incel like off Yonge Street.
Right.
I didn't say like it's a these things. They're not a racial thing, but it's just,
dude.
It's not a regular.
It's not a typical black person thing.
It's
not a typical black person thing.
And the story they were feeding and stuff that somebody was trying to stab him, and this is trying to use that as a getaway.
Right.
But like the different videos that was coming out like during the week.
Yeah.
Like this guy's intentionally aiming for people.
Yeah.
If somebody's trying to get at you and stuff like that, whatever, right? You get like, hell, we'll go a block.
Right.
Say we'll go a block.
Right.
He literally turned on to the parade notion.
Yeah.
And once you turn on to the parade notion and stuff, whatever, if it's that bad, you stop in the parade. Hey, somebody's trying to stab me. That was proven false.
Listen, if you're running for your life, or you're driving for your life, and your intention is not to harm anybody, motherfuckers honk horns to get people out of the way. All the time.
Yes.
I didn't hear one horn honk.
Yes. And then this is, when I was looking at this, all right, the Kyle Rittenhouse thing came to mind, right?
Right.
And what you said and stuff last week was very, very valid and stuff pertaining to allies, right?
Right.
The Black Lives Matter slogan is still out there.
Right.
This is why I write Most Lives Matter, because I'm looking like, if you're a black pedophile or you're a black person that you harm kids, like, you know, like they have nothing to do with nothing, and the kids, I feel like kids to a certain point are still innocent before they're tainted by the adults.
Right.
You need a bullet, doc.
Yeah.
you need a bullet in your dome. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is when I had to be judgmental.
Yeah.
Because I look at the stuff, I'm like these people are going for an event.
Yeah.
Look how many Christmas events or parades and stuff is going on out here and everything like that. Like in every city, every place. Hell, the parades probably move from like, let's say, municipality to municipality and stuff. It's the same peoples and stuff, whatever. And
right.
Couldn't you imagine like this just happening at every place? People are on high alert. Look at the Travis Scott thing. When the Travis Scott thing popped up, all concert performers start moving different.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, are you passing out back there? We don't need a Travis Scott situation.
No, well, you got to.
Now you go in these Christmas parades and stuff, where people looking like, yo, I don't know, like, you know, a sicko might come through. A copycat.
Wow.
This is, like I said, this was something I felt like would have been more enraging than like the Rittenhouse thing. Or like the verdict. Because I looked at it and stuff, I was like, does this man's Black life matter to you?
Yeah, but here's the thing with the Rittenhouse. That was the sensationalism of everything, right? It's like it is what it is, right? Like that was they beat you with it 24/7 with just all clickbait stuff that people just became so judgmental in regards to how everything should go. Disregarding just law and justice
facts.
Altogether.
Yeah.
Facts, law, and justice
went
altogether. Just throwing that shit out of the window.
Guilty. He is guilty.
Right?
And they're like, wait, he killed white people? People People are like, wait, he got the gun from Kenosha? He didn't drive state lines with the gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to this event where it's as horrifying as it was, they barely gave in any coverage as they did with Rittenhouse.
Yo.
You understand? So you can almost see where the rage would come from one perspective and not the other, because sensationalism, man. The media ate up the Rittenhouse trial.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they live for that. The media, the powers and media, they live for this.
They lived for that, man.
I feel like the Ahmaud Arbery, like the verdicts,
right,
for all three.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, before they got the verdict, when I guess the prosecutors were saying, "Hey, was he threatening to you guys? It was a no. From
Right.
like one of the McMichaels.
Right.
I think the son.
Right.
No. Did he brandish a weapon? Like, no. Did he come at you? Like, no. These motherfuckers need to fry.
Yeah.
The focus and stuff should be to fry. They're like, why? You know, when they were like, why did you approach me? Like, oh, because they thought he was breaking into the house. But like, everybody who lived in that area went to that same construction site prior
Right.
and afterwards.
Right.
For him living in the area, isn't that one of the perks from living in the area since everybody else did it?
You would think so, right?
It's kind of like a community pool. If you live in a community, can't you use the pool? Can't you do what the community's doing?
Why would you think going to look at a house under construction would ever cost you your life?
That sucks, man.
House in your own neighborhood. You jogging.
You jogging.
You jog past that house how many times before? People have seen you jog past that house, but they want to choose to ignore that fact.
And they want to come after it. And yeah, those dudes, man, they get whatever they get to them and stuff. I don't feel any sympathy and stuff towards them. I think I like from the video that I seen from last year to now, it still felt like an open and shut thing.
Yeah.
But then again, no one looks and reads in any kind of thing. They don't go past like the headlines, right? Like you said, the clickbait stuff. Once you get into the clickbait thing, whatever, it's like, or some people are like, it's too much is to read. I don't got time for this shit.
Too much to read.
Tell me what you think.
What you think?
And that's it. So I be fucking up people sometimes. Somebody's like, yo, what do you think about that? No, I ask somebody, what do you think about that? They're like, I don't know. What's your thoughts on it? I'm like, yo, first and foremost, when the unicorn came out of nowhere, fucked up my world. They're like, what? There's a unicorn? Yo, read it. Google it, man. And they're out here like, you play too much, Mark. I was like,
I gotta sucker you into reading shit.
Why? I'm not your third grade teacher.
Oh man.
We all have access to this information and stuff, whatever, right? Like even my auntie called it the other day, Sidewalk University. She's like, with people with the vaccine and everything like that, she's like, yo, there's a lot of Sidewalk University scholars out here. So I'm like, wait, one more time for the hearing impaired? Fuck is that? She's like, people is just, here's some shit because they're on the road and they just treat like it's the gospel and have no kind of validity to kind of back up anything and stuff. And these are the same people telling you how to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that's like 90% of the world.
It is. And that's why the world is the way it is, man.
So
Just think if you're the powers that be and you know this as the powers that be.
I'm laughing. I got my, what was it? My little John, what was it, goblet?
Your goblet?
My goblet swirling my wine off. Foolish idiot. Foolish.
Look at them. Ha, 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 ha.
Dance, rat, in this race. Like, what the fuck? Because they ain't doing... People don't take the time to read, to think.
No.
Anymore. I know world is coming at you fast-paced and stuff for that, but the time management.
Yeah.
Like, for me, each day, I feel like it don't take no more than like 5 minutes to at least digest surface news.
Yeah.
And it's up to the individual. Like, you might be fancy and stuff, or things might tickle your fancy pertaining to, like, let's say, police shootings, right? Cops shooting somebody or somebody getting gunned down.
Yeah.
And my fancy might be the weather type of thing.
Right.
Right? At least, and if we want to go in depth, okay, look at CP24 for an example. CP24 just give you, like, this is supposed to be like in the morning, afternoon, evening, next day.
Right.
4 bars.
Right.
That's not going in detail, like, in the hours, 2:00, nothing like that.
Yeah.
You want in depth, you have to go look at that for yourself.
Right.
You want more of the shooting detail and stuff, you got to look at it.
You got to find out. You got to go find out.
People they're just turning everybody and stuff like, hey, you need to pull up the information and stuff for me. Like even people tell me most of the time, how come you guys don't just do like a full weekly news report? I'm like, because you have weekly local news. My guy, my girl, utilize it already. You want our time to do that?
And we're only going to be telling you everything else that social media has been telling you that you don't want to go research it yourself. Because we don't got time to go in depth. We're only going to give you the surface. We'll give you the surface from our point of view. Yeah.
Because we already looked into it.
Right. Yeah. We'll give you the surface from our point of view. But still, again, for the full story, you still gotta do the research. You still gotta look into it. But that's what the problem is with the world today. And I think we're gonna continue to suffer from it. These people, you know who they remind me of this? It's so funny how just we talk about the whole metaverse thing and with the whole Matrix coming on today, we're catching the Matrix.
Yeah.
But the same dude that said, just leave me oblivious to the shit and put me back in the Matrix. I feel this is how majority of the people think.
Well, yeah, if it don't affect their world and everything like that, they don't. Not everybody wants to drink the Kool-Aid. Some people are okay with just where the thing is, where their life is.
Yeah.
And I realized that and stuff, whatever. I want to say probably about like at least 5-6 years ago. Cause I'm like, yo, you don't want more? Like I will look at specific people like, yo, you don't want more out of life?
Right.
You want to continue doing this? Can you see yourself doing the same thing for the next 5 years? And then they're like, I don't got no problem.
No.
And I was like, yes. And I had to make peace with that.
Yeah.
That there's some people and stuff, whatever. They don't want the extra information and stuff, whatever. They just okay with being like, I guess, I don't want to say blinded.
How much of that?
Ignorance is bliss.
How much of that do you think is conditioning though, right? Like, just think about it. Like you okay. You're third generation in a small town, right? The small town has a factory there. The factory's been there for over 60 years, right?
Mm.
Your grandpa worked there 30 years, right? Your dad worked there 30 years, right?
And now you're like 15.
Now you're 15 and 16, getting your first job. Your dad brings you in, right?
Mm.
From the time you are a little baby to now, you've known like this job provides a stable living, right? That you can grow a family with because you've just seen 2 generations do it, right? Prior. And now it's your turn, right? Now and remember, companies had a hard time keeping employees. That's why they had to come in with the whole you give us 30 years, we're gonna give you a pension, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the pension became attractive. Shit, people are gonna pay me after I finish retire and I have nothing else to do.
Right.
So you were willing to put in 30 years with a company knowing that for the rest of your life after
you're getting money without doing nothing.
You were getting money without doing anything, right? But what that did was just limited your growth and whatever your experiences could be, because you were never meant to be working at one particular job. 30 years of your life?
I know a guy in the hospital like that. His first job is his thing, and he's been still in there.
Yeah.
And he's gotten married, have 2 kids and everything like that. And I was looking at him, I was like, it's a mini miracle. I feel like it doesn't happen that often.
It doesn't happen
but I was like, but it's conditioning.
It's conditioning.
It's conditioning. I think that a lot of things and stuff, whatever that we do, is conditioned whether we like it or not. The reason why I say that is because yes, we do choice and chance.
Right.
But we continue to make the same choice over and over and over again. I know a guy, black market type of shit, whatever. Hear me out. My man, he came from another country.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, North America, the land of milk and honey. He's like, he's about to get this money. And he's like, wait, what? So you work 2 weeks, they take this much money out of your pay. And he's like, this is stupid. This is not the dream he was sold when he was living in set country.
Right.
So he turned to fraud.
Yeah.
He turned to fraud. He's like, here's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 1 month worth of money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this equipment.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get my hustle on. And the man say so, say done. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't like say like every day he's gonna make the choice to say like, you know, he's like, no. 1 month I'm making this choice to get up and go to this courier service. Right. And after that, he's like, fuck that. I'm making a choice to put this shit into fraud to get my money up so I can live like Czar.
Yeah.
And, you know, all good things come to an end, whatever. He got caught.
Right.
But he got caught with $2 million. And then he's like, you know what? They're like, oh, because you weren't citizen of that country, so we're going to deport you. He already transferred that money to other accounts. So he's going back with $2 million Canadian.
But just think about this, right? At the time that he got caught with the $2 million, right? How much of life have this man already lived and experienced with the money that he was making up to that point? That you, who are working that 30-year job, has even yet to think of even experiencing yet. And you're going to try and experience that when you're 60.
Look here. His life experience affected my life experience.
Of course.
I've never had a man buy me a bottle of champagne before, okay?
Of course.
I became a bad bitch that night. And I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn. I look at every camera and say it. Yes, I had a man I had no intention of sleeping with.
No.
Buy me a bottle.
Buy you a bottle.
The man, he's like, M, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, something kind of light. Whenever he's like, nah, man, we do bottles over here, man. You need a Dom Perignon bottle to yourself.
Right.
To myself.
To myself.
I didn't come out here with that much money. He's like, fall back, man. I got you.
Put your money away. Put your money away, man.
I'm out there. Hey!
Put your money away,
Yo,
man.
put your money away. It's no good here.
No good here. That just added. He just gave you like 10 days on your life with that.
Woo! Did he ever?
Yeah, man.
And I thought I lost that from like orgasms or something like that. Oh, so I fixed it now.
You fixed it.
All right, folks. This is my theory. This is the Podical science.
Okay.
Podical son.
All right.
Come with the Podical science.
Take notes.
Life expectancy is 120 years old.
Okay.
That's a given.
Okay.
Right? Today's world, now, before, I think life expectancy max was 42 years old.
Right.
Way back then.
Right,
That's why King Tut and them died so early, whatever, right? Why men die before women? We orgasm too much. Every time you orgasm, you lose 3 days off your life.
Go ahead, because I got something to back that. I got something to back that. Go ahead.
So you lose 3 days off your life. So think about it. You're a young boy. Let's say you first get your wet dream. I don't know. Some dudes jerk it early. I think the first time I actually jerked it was probably 17. So I had sex before I jerked it.
Yeah.
Because I lost my virginity before my 16th birthday. And I was like, this is a nice feeling. Orgasm, just in general. I like this. I want to continue doing this. But every time you're losing off vitality off your lifespan. Right? Why women live longer than men? Because women have a harder time orgasming. Getting these O's out here. So like when the lady in Detroit the other day, when she lived to like 100, like over 100, like she was like a century plus. Yeah. Like, what's your secret? Stay away from men. It's actually true. Because men try to force an orgasm on you, whether you like it or not.
You gonna have this.
Did you come? You didn't come? Why you ain't come? All right.
Have this orgasm.
Yeah, you're going to have this orgasm. So these guys are going to die and kick the bucket way before women.
Okay.
That's why we're cut down to like 75 to 80 for like men.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Remember that that book that I was reading, I was telling you to get the Secret of the Ages. So I read this in the Secret of the Ages, right? So when men orgasm, it's called the Le Petit Morte.
I need translation. What language is that?
So I believe it's French.
Okay.
And what it means is little death.
Orgasm. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Come on, you don't feel your body getting light. Your soul about to leave your body.
Dude.
Especially if you get one of those good. Man, you ever bust a nut so good that your legs shake? You just get the you like,
that little brief moment where you feel like you have to catch your strength back or else you're gonna fall.
And then there's women and stuff, whatever, that just they live to suck the soul out of you. That's big death. That's not little death. That's a big death. Be like, I'm done. No, you're not done till I'm done.
Evil. They are evil.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the orgasms are taken off from my life. And that's not a problem. I have no qualms dying at 45. Like, I have no qualms dying at 45 with empty balls.
The good die young?
The good die young. And I died real good.
I'm good.
I'm good that I died that young. Like, what the hell? I'm with it. Be like, think about it. You want to be a 96-year-old miserable man? Your balls are swollen as shit, whatever, and all of the above.
Heavy as hell, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it.
Set by drag by that time.
Think about it. I think, let's say, for example, you might even try to pull up your pull-up.
Pull up your pull-ups.
Pull up your pull-up. And then, like, I don't know, the inner line of the pull-up might just graze your balls type of way. You'd be like, it feels good. And you're like, I used to have this feeling a long time ago.
Long time.
Well, if you kept using that feeling, you probably would have kicked the bucket at 75 and died in your prime. But you want to live to like 96. What are you living for now? Huh?
It's true.
What are you looking for?
It's true.
Not a damn thing.
But I mean, I suppose at that point, if you want to kick the bucket, you could just go buck wild.
I might take
all things considering,
pension. Use my pension money.
Use your pension money.
CPP. Cop pension pussy. It makes sense. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, government of Canada.
It makes sense.
Why they call it 401k in America? You got to have 401,000 orgasms? No. That make no damn sense. That make no damn sense. 401k is a whack name. We're going to think about it.
Yeah, we can't create anything.
You can't create shit for that. Sorry, America. Yo, but I wanted to... Okay, let me ask you this. Let's switch up pace and stuff there. The LeBron thing. Did you see the fight?
I didn't see the fight,
okay,
but I heard about it. But I mean, that might be... It's explained because we're not sure of the audience.
Okay, so LeBron James... It was the Lakers versus Pistons. Lakers versus Pistons and stuff, whatever the game. And Isaiah Stewart, that's the name. He had a situation where... Well, him and LeBron... Let's say this. Isaiah...
Right.
Is an aggressive young man, period.
Right.
He has this goon type of mentality how he plays on the court regardless, right?
Right.
LeBron, it came from free throw shot. So they're boxing out each other and everything like that. And LeBron hit him in his face and cut him. Right?
So he wasn't too happy about that.
He wasn't too happy about the hit and everything like that. And then he just kept going and running towards LeBron. They pulled him down. Salute to Dwayne Casey, former Raptors coach. Got his ass dish ragged. Threw his shit to the ground. And this guy's still steamrolling and stuff like that. And here we are. LeBron got 1 game suspension.
Right.
For it because he was bleeding.
Yep.
Not LeBron, Isaiah. And the young man got 2 game suspension.
Okay. For instigation and...
And the juggernaut behavior. Instigation my ass.
Just wilding out.
He full steam ahead. I look at his stuff as that the suspension for LeBron had to happen.
Yes.
To make an example.
Yes.
Because I think the thing and stuff is that we want to make examples out of things to let them know like, yo, this shit can't go.
Yeah.
The league, you and I, we spoke about this 1,000 times like on this show and stuff pertaining to basketball. The league that was there before is not the same league and stuff now.
No.
The league back then and stuff, whatever, I want to say, you know better, you do better. Right. We're in the do better stage now, right?
When you mentioned that Isaiah kid and the whole Pistons thing, it just reminded me that just when we're talking about, that was like the Detroit bad boy era that they said, hey, we got to get away from. Right, so this started instituting all the changes.
Exactly. We're in a do better stage and stuff, whatever, right? And I want to say, I don't fault. You get your head bust or anything like that. If it's intentional, you would know intention and everything like that. So if him and LeBron had some high heat and everything like that, because him and LeBron had run-ins before, right?
Yeah.
So if it's still running on high heat and stuff off that. You honestly have to say to yourself, was clearly an accident.
Yeah.
If you can't see that and everything like that, maybe your 2-game suspension should be a little bit longer.
Right.
My issue and stuff with the whole situation and stuff is the LeBron factor, where they're saying he don't want no smoke from LeBron, but he was running towards LeBron.
Right.
I feel like he don't give a fuck about LeBron. Feel like if it wasn't LeBron, he'll still punch you or go after whoever the fuck it was.
That's his mentality.
And LeBron ain't no small dude.
No.
LeBron built different.
Yeah.
So I feel like for a person that's built different and everything like, and people still want to try you, I feel like they don't respect you. I feel like they don't respect you. And I look at it and stuff from like the conversations from the Jordan LeBron talks and everything like that. You mentioned LeBron as a great on and off the court. People just like brush LeBron off.
Right.
So my question to you is stuff, do you feel like LeBron is respected on and off the court?
I don't think he's respected as much off the court than he is on the court.
So you think he's respected a lot more on the court?
I think he's respected a lot more on the court just for what he's done for the game of basketball and just the type of person, just the type of player that he is. I think off the court though,
the man builds schools though.
The
man's partaking in the world.
He's built schools and he's done so much outside of it, but we're also in a time where so much other things that are happening that take up our concentration, and maybe not everybody's concentration, but certainly enough that he doesn't have as much impact as a basketball player doing these sort of things as, let's say, a Michael Jordan in his time doing those sort of things. Because in a Michael Jordan in his time, right, he wasn't competing with as much distractions.
I was about to say, Michael Jordan. I don't think Michael Jordan would survive in today's time with social media.
No, he wouldn't.
Everything LeBron does,
right,
is on social media.
Right. And that's what I'm saying though. And he's also competing with everything else on social media, right? So as much as his impact is on court, a lot of people, the majority of the social media world will probably know him for his stuff on court. Whereas Michael Jordan in that day, if he was to do anything off of court, that would be big news.
So when his father died, big news.
That big news.
Gambling problem. Big news. Divorce.
Big news, right? Like those things are magnitude, because you know how, first of all, there's not a player close to Jordan then, right? So he's going to be the focus on. Whereas LeBron, you have the Steph Currys, you have the Kevin Durant's. They might not be doing big things outside, but on the court of basketball, they're there, right? So it's like a lot of people. So you say
we have more. I'm not going to cut you, but we have more. Let's say Jordan types,
right?
Today,
exactly.
Compared to we had
exactly then. For any one person to just be focusing on what LeBron is actually doing outside of the game of basketball. To most people, he's a basketball player, and they're happy with knowing just that, right? If they get any other bits of news, then they get other tidbits of news, right?
But they won't. They probably won't flinch.
Yeah,
they will be like,
And then you have the other set, that's just shut up and dribble, right? It's just like,
how can I forget about that?
Yeah, then you have that set.
Right.
So I don't think he's respected as much on off the court as he is on the court. But he's done a lot of good things, and I think
because I feel like okay. They know LeBron as, I guess, before as the crybaby.
Right.
Right? That's an on-court thing. Because they seen him cry on court.
On court.
Like, towel over head and everything like that. Or like, not winning a ship and all that type of stuff.
On court. Think of
I feel like they don't respect him because they call him a crybaby.
Just think of the biggest dramas that he has had to face early in his career. That most of them had to do with being on court, the whole fiasco with dude on the ball team, on the Cleveland ball team. Listen, listen. A lot of people don't like him for that, eh? A lot of people think that he got Delonte canned from.
Oh, because Delonte was
right,
allegedly smashing his mom.
A lot of people think that, you know what I mean, like it's because of him that Delonte ended up the way how he ended up. And you can't throw it out on LeBron, but people like to villainize.
Throw it on me. You ain't about to fuck my mom and think it's peachy keen.
No, it's not. Not if I can say something or do something about it.
And you around my age too? Miss me with that. I know a situation where a dude was smashing a girl's mom.
Yeah.
And they graduated in the same graduation class.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this nigga thought. He thought that he's
gonna be the dad.
Yeah. Come on. What the fuck?
Yeah, the mind is not fully developed at that stage, Mark.
Yo, the girl told me, he said some shit to her. She's like, so I said to her, I seen him like, yo, I ain't seen you in a minute. How you been? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, good. I was like, yo, I heard a rumor that. She's like, fuck him. So I was like, okay, I guess it's not a rumor. True. So I was like, she's like, he had the nerve. She said he had the nerve to say, your mom doesn't appreciate the way you speak to me.
Wow.
First and foremost, you don't have regular sized nuts after that. You have bowling balls for nuts.
You do.
You have cojones. My friend, you have cojones.
Yeah, you do.
To say some stuff like that to somebody you graduated a few years ago with.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no. If I have any say in this matter, I'm a Delonte West motherfucker real quick. But allegedly.
Allegedly. But you got some people who haven't liked them since
then.
Since then, right?
Since then.
I don't know, but I think for me, I believe he's respected more on the court than he is for doing anything off the court.
I don't know. I feel like
sorry, don't mean to cut you, but we know he's built a school. How many people do you think that know LeBron knows that he's built a school?
It's a good question. Because I guess it's been a minute.
Right?
It's been a minute. And I feel like a lot of times if you don't retouch up on certain type of things,
right,
everybody has the memory of a goldfish.
Right.
So if it's not something where you're kind of constantly going at whatever,
right,
they just feel like, oh, you were just doing it for like the clout, the fame, the moment.
Right.
And then it's out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
So I don't think, let's say even his half of social media followers, I'm not dictating and stuff, but let's say, yeah, they were probably day ones since he jumped on, let's say Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
And then you have the other ones and stuff that probably just jumped on after a championship. Right? Or after they heard he did another mark or did something else and stuff like that. Like, there's tons of reasons why. Like, I feel like, to me, LeBron should be a respected person off and on the court.
Yeah. He should.
Because I feel like...
But and again, it's just... It's how media is, right? It's like, because not only LeBron, like, there's so many of these athletes that are doing, like, really remarkable things off the court that they don't get the acknowledgement for.
The people need drama.
Yeah.
Because I feel like humans need like the drama or need some shit, whatever, because it's kind of like a peer thing. It's kind of like, whoo, I thought my life was fucked up until I seen your shit.
Right.
I don't feel that bad about myself because I know your shit is kind of fucked. And people always want to compare some stuff like that, whatever, right? And then when they realize they have no one to compare, I feel like this is where the depression and desperation stuff starts to come up a little bit more.
Okay.
But I feel like they're like, all right, you're doing this good, you're doing that good, you're doing this good. What are you fucking up on? You're too good to be true. You hear people always saying that.
Too good to be true.
You're too good to be true. And then when like they hear something stuff you did something wrong,
I knew it.
I fucking knew it, bro. Bro, I knew he wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
They come after you. Like humans, they need these type of things. I don't need the drama. I just need sex. Water, food, the essentials.
The essentials.
I need those essentials and stuff, whatever. But people look for these things and stuff. I remember there's a point in the NBA, even just the NBA in general, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I like the sport.
Right.
But people looking like, yeah, nothing's really going on. They're like, and I think that's the time when Ray Rice and stuff, like in NFL, when he knocked out his girl in the elevator and he dragged her and everything like that. And I think something else was going on in baseball. And then I think hockey was going through like a new bill with the Vegas team and stuff like that.
Right.
Nothing was going on in the NBA. They're like, everything is like, was clean and boring.
Yeah.
And they're like, They're like, they need something to talk about. They need some drama. People need some drama, something. Oh, KD don't like LeBron. Now they're going to go head-to-head, Golden State versus the Cavs and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bootleg drama. No, they actually, Golden State won. They go to the Olympics that same year.
Yeah.
Or they go play for like the country and stuff together and everything like that. The drama you were looking for is actually gone.
Yeah.
There's no drama.
Yeah.
So people are just upset. But yeah, I think when you're too clean, it's a problem.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's entertainment, right? It's like we look at it for the sport of things,
Mm-hmm.
but businesses are looking at it as at the entertainment value because they know, they keep you entertained. You being entertained means money in their pockets. So if it means selling the drama before the actual game itself, you're gonna get the drama before the actual game itself.
Milk it.
Yeah,
You're
gonna get it before the actual game itself.
You're gonna get it. Milk it for what it's worth. Yo.
But and that's one of the things where it's you look at, we talked about this before, but you look at the WNBA. People are not watching the game itself for skill because it's a highly skilled game.
Absolutely.
When it's played amongst the WNBA.
Absolutely.
They're looking for the thrill and the excitement and the super athleticism that they're getting when they watch somebody jump from 3/4 outside the key over somebody who is 6'7" and crowning them. That's what people watch basketball for.
I wonder if that's happening recently in the WNBA. I'm gonna watch a WNBA highlight reel.
Yeah.
From like the last season. See like massive dunks and see if anything looks kind of posterizing.
You know what I think would be or what I think would probably be dirty in the NBA?
NBA or WNBA?
Sorry, WNBA?
What's up?
Handles.
I had chicks with handles.
I think there's some silly crossovers that we're probably not seeing because we don't watch the WNBA. Like how how we focus on that shit when we watch the NBA. I bet you there's some sick ones in the WNBA.
I feel like we need to support our own. Women out there, if you're complaining the WNBA don't got no love, watch the WNBA games. WNBA. If you're not watching WNBA games, don't say they equal pay if you're not watching the WNBA games.
Yeah.
Support your own. Get the packages. No, I'm dead ass shit because my thing and stuff is they're like, they don't show WNBA games, so get an NBA package and watch the WNBA game.
Yeah. I think the argument though, it's how they frame the argument for me is, I don't know. Like, if you're a fan of basketball, you should be able to respect the game of basketball no matter who's playing it, male or female, right? You should be able to respect the game of basketball itself. Okay, let me ask you this.
You have two 7-year-olds.
Right.
Right? One 7-year-old got handles like Iverson, other 7-year-old just plays fundamentals.
Right.
Right? Two little boys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 2 7-year-old little boys playing basketball on a one-on-one game.
Okay.
On one court. Then you actually have bootleg Iverson.
Right.
And a bootleg Tim Duncan going on this side of the court.
Right.
Playing, going hard in the paint on a one-on-one. Which one-on-one game are you watching?
But this is what I'm saying, though.
I'm asking you to just answer the question, kind sir. Just answer the question.
This is what I'm saying. Listen how you want to phrase the question, right?
Me?
Yes.
Saints me.
You want to
Saints Marv. The light is shining over me.
You want to pit two damn superstars against two
bootleg superstars.
Two bootleg superstars,
yeah,
right? Against two young little kids. I'm not saying why can't you watch both? Why do they have to be both playing at the same time? I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. If you like the sport of basketball,
right?
You're a purist, a basketball purist, right? You go by the rules.
I don't even know what the fuck that word means.
A purist. You just
purist. Oh, okay.
You're a purist.
Oh, okay.
You just like the sport for what it is, right?
Right.
You don't care who's playing it. You just like you're watching the fundamentals.
I kind of do.
You're watching it for the excitement, though. You're not watching it for the purist part. Are you watching it for the purist part at that point?
I'm watching for the excitement because I need to be entertained. Are you not entertained?
But this is what I'm saying.
Are you not entertained?
This is what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we watch the NBA because it's entertainment.
Right.
We're not watching it for the fundamentals. If we're watching it for the fundamentals,
we watch the WNBA.
Right. And then we can't look at ladies. We can't look at ladies and say, okay, well, you gotta watch. Ladies, they're not watching men's basketball, much less women's basketball.
So why are they complaining for?
No, they complain because what they want is equal pay, but they have to understand they're not getting that. They're not getting that fundamental. They're not getting that.
Because they're not being watched.
They're not getting that. They're not getting that fundamental. What we watch it for. We're not. It's not a gender thing for us.
It's an entertainment.
It's an entertainment.
It's an entertainment thing. Just like you said. But that's what I'm saying. You have to create this. I want to say this world where people want to come back to.
Yes.
That we know the WNBA exists.
Yes.
We know this podcast exists.
Yes.
Right? If we came on here like, what's my guy's name? Ben Stein. For dry eyes, for clear eyes, you would want to do a Podical Sons thing.
Bueller.
We talked like that.
Bueller.
If we talk like that and we operated like that, do we expect people to keep coming back? We're giving real information.
Right.
Factual information, not
Right.
anecdotal stuff.
Right.
We're giving real information.
Right.
If we're shocked why people aren't coming back, whatever, because they want to be entertained.
They want to be entertained. And that's fine. We're here to entertain.
But so I'm not entertained, so that's why I'm not there.
Exactly. But you're going to have some people.
So why am I going to pay you the same if I'm not entertained
But
from
you're
there?
going to have some people who are just going to want to try and cut. Just say, okay, you know what? I just want the news. I don't want the theatrics. You're gonna have people who tune into the Mr. Dry Eye, boring guy, right? And then they get the information cut, and they're gone. That's fine. And then you also have the basketball. You have the purists, and I'm saying they're gonna watch. They're gonna watch it because it's all about fundamentals. It's like sweet science to them, right? It's like boxing. People say, well, why would you watch a sport like boxing? Boxing's so brutal. But no, there's a sweet science to it. And a boxing purist knows that, right? And they're seeing things that the average person is not seeing in a boxing ring. Right? And it's just one of those things. Like
I will watch a boxing match over MMA fight.
Yeah.
Because like the same thing you're saying, there's science, there's there's certain type of things and stuff, and then I don't feel like there might be. I see like there's plot and plan when it comes to like an MMA thing.
Right.
But I feel like when it comes to boxing and stuff, like you have these set rules, you have more rules to work within to try and create this win.
Right.
Compared to like MMA and stuff, whatever. Like, yo, I can grapple you. I can strike you.
Right.
I can put you in submission.
Yeah.
There's so many ways and stuff more ways to get a W compared to like boxing.
Right.
So it takes more science and stuff like that and technicality.
Yeah.
Above it, and I agree, but not every. I want to say MMA right now. I feel like dominates the boxing world.
Entertainment.
And I watch. Yeah,
entertainment.
But I support what I support. And I don't complain. Why is MMA getting more love than boxing? I don't understand. This is just wrong, folks. No, I support the shit that I want to see. So if they want to see women get more money, they need to watch the women's sports.
Need to watch women's sports.
Period.
They don't even have to watch it. Just put your TV on and
set it and forget it. Just walk away. Just get on the ratings.
Give them the
without
ratings.
paying no attention.
Just give them the ratings.
That's it. But they're not doing that.
No.
They're not doing that.
Ladies, now you know how to get the paper up for the WNBA. Because sometimes we'll just walk away from the NBA playing on the TV too.
It's fact.
The game is on. The game's just on. We ain't even paying attention to it sometimes.
Yo, I think like especially in the beginning of the season, I'm not gonna lie to you. Before Christmas, I don't give that much energy and steam.
Me neither.
Christmas Day, I would look and say, okay, these are the to look out for teams. Right? These are the look out for teams and stuff like that.
You go through the standings.
Right.
You start,
they spent some months of like gelling, at least 2 months to trying to gel and catch waves and stuff of each other and everything like that. Not including preseason. Not including preseason and stuff. Right. They're just there they're getting better and stuff. I say it all the time. I said it on the podcast. The Fangs come out after All-Star.
Yeah.
After the All-Star weekend, the Fangs come out. That's the NBA I always look forward to.
Right.
But if it's before then, I'll turn it on. I might hear like, oh my God, that was awesome. Wait, hold on. What did I miss?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. It was phenomenal. It was nice. It was nice with it. All right.
Yeah.
Everything and that's it. But me. Real quick. We're talking about milking.
Okay.
Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? You know its expression.
Yes.
They make it seem like society, or this world we live in,
right,
make it seem like men are taking advantage of women.
Right.
With this expression. So they're saying that a man would just continually get the milk, the sex, without marrying her.
Right.
Does the same logic apply for women?
It should. I don't think it does.
Where do you think it applies? Because I know women that take advantage of tons of dudes. I've been taken advantage of by women.
Sure. Listen, I know women who have tons of dudes around and have them around for
Different purposes.
Different purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So if we
really,
get the milk for free.
So if we really want to talk about it,
let's talk about it.
If we really want to talk about it, she's getting the milk for free.
Women are milking.
She's getting milk. She's getting cream. She's getting 2%. She's getting
yogurt.
She's getting
butter.
Cheese. She's got dairy covered.
It's too true. Because when a woman was telling me, a woman and I were in conversation and stuff earlier in the week about this, and I was like, you guys get the milk for free and stuff for her too. And she's like, no, we don't. I was like, what about the guy you know for a fact you have no intentions of even going past a hug with?
None.
Be like, I don't like this guy. However, he has money.
Mm-hmm.
However, he wants to spend his money on me.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that.
None whatsoever.
I just said to you, this dude, I know, I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
Made me to a bad bitch today, or I was a baddie that day because I never had a man buy me a bottle before.
And
I had to buy my own bottle.
Yeah.
I don't have a woman buy me. I had a woman buy me drinks, but not bottles.
You have dudes out here that are straight up chauffeurs, and that's the extent of their duty.
I know a dude. We call him the sexist innkeeper. The sexist innkeeper. My man, he lives closer to the downtown area. He lives more in the kind of Roncesvalles.
Okay.
Area?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? I don't even know what the
Ronsonvilles.
Ronsonvilles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I always see that in Queens Quay. Queens Key.
It's Key.
What part of the world spell Key like that?
Yes, I know.
Only here. Okay. I'm gonna bring out my damn rage, damn it. So, but this dude now, because he lives within that downtown area,
right?
2 women that we've known, they're like, don't really have that much intention to sleeping with him.
Mm-hmm.
One woman I got a confession out of, the other one and stuff, whatever. She avoided to answer the question, whatever.
Right. You kind of think that she did though?
And she did. She did.
Okay.
So the one that answered and stuff, whatever, she's like, yes, she shot him a text.
Right.
1:00 in the morning.
Right.
Because she was damn near fucked up at the club from all the drinks that she was enjoying herself with and all the above.
Right.
She was with one of her friends. Her friends start busting a move on a dude, and she was driver. Right. So she's looking like, either you're gonna roll with us to roll with his friends,
right,
or you're gonna have to cab it, right? So she's looking like shit, but she done spent some of her cab money on like drinks and every damn thing for everybody. She's like, she called up set guy friend of mine's,
right,
called his ass up, and she's like, yo. What are you doing? He's hearing nothing but drunkenness and noise and shit like that.
Yeah.
She's like, you want some company for tonight? Man, we so stupid. We so dumb. We so dumb. Stop thinking with your dicks, King.
We dumb. And you know what the funny thing about it is, Marv? Because you know he played the scenario in his head. He's like, you know. Remember Endgame, where Doctor Strange played.
What is it? 14 million scenarios, and knew that this was gonna be it. He's like, this might go this way, but I'm still gonna get vagina.
Yeah.
Because she's liquored up, she's danced, she's horny, and drunk girls, they want to have sex at the end of the night.
That's it.
Come on over, me, man. Aguilera the fuck out of him. Went over there. She said it wasn't intentional.
Right.
But she said in that short cab ride that she had from Club District to his spot, she said the liquor was kind of kicking her. It was beating her ass because she said that it's one thing standing up drunk and moving to music into a car where that's just nice and smooth and vibrating and everything. Like that. So she's like, it was kind of getting the best of her. Yeah. Right? When she got to his spot with her, because she told Cabby like out of, the dress and everything. When she got to the spot, she walked up there, like, because he has like it's kind of like one of those above store property type of places.
Okay.
Went to his spot, went upstairs and everything like that. She's like, she went to go pee. So she wanted something to drink because she was dry as cotton mouth from all the alcohol.
Yeah.
And she said she still had no intention of sleeping with him.
Mm-hmm.
But she said she was going to have conversation and stuff with him to at least the wee hours.
Right. And
hopefully he'd fall asleep.
And then went, I'm so tired. She tried to kick in one of those. I'm so tired. Like,
yeah. And then
yeah.
she's like, she wait for he fall asleep and she fall asleep and then just call it a day and she'll pony up and go the fuck home.
Right.
And she said, the part that wasn't planned, she's like, yo, she finished her drink, her water.
Yeah.
He's like, you want some more? He's like, sure. But he was gone for like maybe like a bit, maybe like a few minutes. And she's like, that's all she needed because the cab ride kind of rocked her to sleep.
Right.
So she said, now there's no conversation going on. He got up and everything.
Yeah.
So she said to his knowledge and stuff, whatever. Like, no, from like, that's where her story is because she blacked out.
She blacked out.
He said from his story and stuff, whatever. He's like, yo, he went to the room to kind of slip into something easier.
More comfortable.
He said, his shirt. So he was in his house with like a tee and everything. And he said he came back out.
Folks, this was scenario 1096.
Yes. He's like, yo, he came out in the beater.
Right.
So he's in the beater now, whatever.
Right.
And he's trying to look like a bootleg Idris Elba and stuff, whatever. It's getting kind of hot in here, so I got you another cup of water. He's like, that's all he heard.
That's all he heard? Yeah.
Cutting it. She KO'd.
Yeah.
So he's looking like, fuck. He's vexed. So he just went to his room and went to go sleep and stuff like that. And she woke up the next day and everything. And she'd get ready to leave and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
So I didn't get her story till like years later.
Okay.
So he mentioned, he's like, oh man, you ain't see such and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, no, I ain't seen her in like years and stuff, whatever. He's like, oh yeah, she ain't hit me. I'm like, oh, word? You still I'm like, are you tapping that? Because I'm like,
yeah.
I ain't see her and stuff in a hot minute, whatever. Like, I didn't know you guys still rock like that.
Right.
He's like, nah, man, she came over and stuff, and she just flopped on me and stuff, and she just like fell asleep. So I was like, what happened? He's like, nah, some bullshit. Right. That's how he ended the story.
That's how he ended it, yeah.
When I got her version of stuff, I was like, oh, this was cold-blooded. So the other woman that did the same thing to the same guy,
yeah,
she intentionally and stuff waited. She's like, it got late, and where she parked even closer. So he was walking distance.
Right.
She called him up. He's normally home and stuff on a late night on the Saturday and stuff like that. She went over there. She said two things to him.
Right.
She said, you're like a brother to me. So that should have signified to him that no vagina's coming. And she's like, I've known other chicks you slept with. Right? Mm-hmm. He's still. Mm-hmm. Still. He's playing scenario 36 now. He's like, no, she came with this. I'm going to see if I come with this type of stuff. Right. And she said she just kept shooting it down. And she said it came to like one point and stuff, whatever, where she's like, he wouldn't let her lay down. Right. So she just literally just fell asleep like on him. And I was like, so you went there to go sleep at his house? She's like, I ain't gonna tell you shit. You and him are friends. Right. So that's the denial aspect.
Right.
But she got milk without buying a fucking cow. And it's been happening countless times. But we've been getting the shit end of the expression.
Countless times.
We've been getting the shit end of the expression. Why?
Oh.
It's because it's a woman's world.
Yeah.
It's okay, ladies. I'm still pent up. It's still International Men's Month.
Listen, man. I mean,
so,
when we
next episode, we're in December. I'm docile again.
When we was in high school, we weren't getting into other high school girls because we couldn't give them the milk.
Yeah. You had nothing to give.
No, we had nothing to give. It was always the 20-year-olds pulling up in their cars. And they would jump in there. Goodbye, guys. Bye.
So that's not pedophile lips, though? Because it's been going on from the beginning of time. But when we crucify Robert Sylvester Kelly.
It's going on before Kelly, bro.
I know. Way before.
It's going on before Kelly.
Nice. Let's get to the question of the week real quick.
Question of the week.
It's kind of fitting. Question of the week. What's your villain origin story?
My villain?
If I was a sexist innkeeper, this would be my origin story, right? You know who you are, and I got mad love for you. He listens to the show too.
My villain origin story. I gotta think about that one. All right, let's go with yours first, and then I can had some time to meld over mine.
My villain origin story started at 17.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say 16, 17? I had an ex-girl at the time. At first I blamed myself.
Right.
Because I was saying to myself, I'm like, I'm not proactive enough.
Right.
Because I was more shy and I didn't want to fuck shit up because one, she was a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
She was a little bit older and stuff, whatever. Like, I'm like, oh, I got a girlfriend who's a senior.
Okay.
Right? And at the time, like, I'm a junior. So I'm like, I got a senior. She does this, that, and the third and everything like that. So I want to approach with caution, proceed with caution with certain type of things that we were doing.
Right.
Right? I didn't want to be too forward and stuff that like I was and everything. And she kind of, I want to say in a way she took advantage of that.
Right.
She took advantage of that and stuff, whatever. And I don't really blame her for that aspect and stuff, whatever. But then I realized that in all, it was her intention from the beginning. So she was getting the milk for free without buying the
She was
cow.
milking.
So I was like, when I caught wind of it and stuff, and I was like, no. You're going to own this cow and everything. And she's like, why? I got the best of you already. Like, if I needed arm candy, I needed this, I needed that, whatever.
Right.
I was already getting it from you. And I was like, you evil harlot. Yes. I went to medieval on her, my good man.
You called her harlot?
Harlot. And I was upset. And I said, you know what? There's not another woman on God's green earth that's going to do this shit to me again.
And that's when it happened.
And that's when the story started, baby.
That's when the story started.
And now at 36, I belong to the streets, allegedly.
No.
I need to fix my story. I need to go good
You
now.
need to go back. That is what we need. We need the breakthrough therapy for that. That is what we need. The two women on the couch. And I don't know if I could defend you on that end, Marv, but I'm going to try my best.
Yes.
My evil villain moment. Again, back in high school in my...
It always happens in high school, right?
High school.
You know this. Villains are created in high
Villains
school.
are created in high school. Because I had one girlfriend, but then there was this other girl who didn't kind of live in the city that kind of liked me.
Mm-hmm.
So she was kind of my girlfriend from the other city. And when you're young and you're in high school,
Right.
at a time where nobody in high school drives,
You're right. Bus.
cities don't really cross paths,
True.
right? And so one day we had this monster jam. Ron Nelson used to throw them back in the days down at Concert Hall downtown,
Okay.
right? And at a time where very few events will be thrown. It's not like now where you can just go downtown and party any day of the
Anywhere.
week. It was really like if a jam was coming up, you had to be at that jam.
And everybody flocked there.
And everybody flocked there.
And your out of city girlfriend flocked there.
It was a night of two tales. Literally.
One ass here and one ass here. I like how you worded that shit. Yo, this guy's phenomenal.
I had to, and I don't know if you've ever been to the concert hall before.
Once.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you know how there's...
I know the layout.
You know how there's an upstairs? And
Yeah,
there's a
downstairs.
I had to keep one girlfriend upstairs. Another girlfriend downstairs. Recruit two other girls to make sure they stayed where they were at. Because one of them, she wouldn't have had it. She would have just...
World War III.
She would have been World War III.
Oh, shit.
And she had heard about the other girl. So she was already prepared for World War III. So I wasn't about to let that happen.
Interesting.
But needless to say, that was
You got it
done. And that was the night.
You got it done. And you're like, I can do this. I can do anything.
If I can juggle, I can juggle two women. Let the circus begin.
And the winner for the best villain origin story goes to Not Your Average Joseph, folks. Round of applause.
There we go.
Shit. That's what's up. Let's get to the Astor Sons and slide out.
Tale of Two Cities.
The Tale of Two Tales. First question comes from Jeannie Mai. What's up, Jeannie? What is something that you really want to brag about?
Oh, that's easy, man.
Talk
Our
to me.
podcast accomplishments, bro. 164 episodes right now.
And counting.
Yes. Picking up steam. I love it, man. It's dope. It's really dope.
I think the podcast is definitely a thing for me, but you know what? I don't really. Yeah, you're right. I don't brag or flex about it and stuff whatever that much.
No,
I have a problem. But it's an accomplishment thing. It's not an imposter syndrome type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the funny thing and stuff is that
I think, but part and parcel, I think of that is because in our eyes, there's so much more that we see ahead of us to go that we don't stop. We don't stop and take time.
It's the ambition.
Yeah.
It's the ambition.
Yeah.
The ambition and stuff.
I get it.
That's what it is. Because it's kind of like, okay, YouTube hits 5,000 views.
Right.
Okay, let's get to 10,000. Okay,
Yes.
YouTube hits 10,000. Okay, let's get to 20,000.
Yes.
Like it's just there.
Right.
We're like, okay, we're trending in this country. Okay, well, let's keep going full steam ahead, see if we can trend in other countries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is and stuff, whatever, for me. I think one thing I wanted to like brag about and I never did was like surviving my failed marriage. 'Cause I was talking to somebody and stuff, whatever, right? And I was like, yo, mad growth happened for me within that time frame. Like I want to say from like, when you go rock bottom, the only way you can go is up.
Only way to go up.
And I think there's so many other changes and things I had to learn and stuff like I knew.
Yeah.
And then I want to say it helped me appreciate like you, my love and support corner.
Right.
Like so many things and stuff that I was like, yo, just surviving that aspect and stuff, whatever. Because the reason I say surviving, like I was suicidal.
Right.
I was suicidal. So to come back from a suicidal point to come on the point like thriving, like, yo, you can't tell me nothing.
Right.
But I live for the streets now. I'm trying to get out the streets.
Yeah.
Ladies, I'm still single.
They telling you you're in the streets. That's what they're telling you right now.
I'm still single though, ladies. I'm still single. Just pick up the puppy in the window. Roof, roof. But yeah, that's the podcast and those and that.
Yeah.
_Nick_ what is a movie that they should not remake? Yo, I'm not a fan of when they remake good movies. Remake the shit movies.
Me neither.
Remake the shit movies.
Yeah.
Whatever. Because I feel like I don't want to say it's critically acclaimed or a cult classic type stuff.
Right.
Because critically acclaimed is like one group and cult classic is like deemed by another group.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it's overall like from different groups collect like known as shit, why is it shit?
Yeah.
Like I want to say, I have a shit movie for you. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You remember that? 80s with the popcorn, eating people and everything like that?
Right.
Remake that bitch into something better.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't remake The Matrix. Like, yo.
Classics, I think, okay, for me, I think classics, you should leave alone.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of remaking movies where there's an improvement in technology.
So you're for the Matrix, the new Matrix coming out?
Well, not necessarily for like, okay, yeah.
Because technology was semi there in the beginning.
If it's a continuation, like give me something new. Don't remake what was already done.
Gotcha.
Right?
Add on to it.
Don't remake what's already done. The reason why, and with the Matrix, the reason why I say that is because that technology was the technology at the time. Like they invented a whole lot of new shit.
Yeah, the 3D camera trick and everything, the bullet time.
Coming up with that movie. And then that when we first seen that shit blew us away. So I don't think you could ever replace that feeling of getting that for the first time.
Gotcha.
Right? Even if you try to remake it, like we know if you're going to remake it now, we know obviously it's going to be better because of what the special effects are and technology is today. But I'm talking like movies of like Clash of the Titans where shit was claymation and you can tell, you know what I mean? Like, Okay.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. The old Godzilla movies where he was in a car, and the man was in a Godzilla costume, running up and down, running over toy
toy cars.
Yeah. Remake shit like that all day, where I can see the advancements of technology and say, okay, this shit looks more realistic than it did back in the day. Like, yeah, okay, I'm all for it. But like classic movies where it's like, there was nothing wrong with it. Okay, you know what? Revisit it. Give me remastered, digitally improved.
I don't even want that.
You just want how it was.
Give me the classic.
Give me the classic.
Like, I was thinking about Lethal Weapon the other day, and Lethal Weapon went all the way up to 4.
Right.
And I also thought that like Lethal Weapon 4 was a stretch at the time, but it made it modern. It was like an add-on. And like, just like the add-on thing, because I'm like, all right, after Lethal Weapon 3, I'm like, all right, 4. I'm like, these guys are reaching, man. I'm like, can Danny Glover still run? Can Mel Gibson still like do the wild shit that he was doing and stuff, whatever, and everything like that? And then they added Chris Rock to it.
Yeah.
And Jet Li. Right. And Jet Li beat the shit out of both of them.
Right.
And they both said, we're getting too old for this.
Right.
And I'm like, yes, because you've been saying that in the beginning.
Yes.
So I get that. That's what I'm saying. But no, I see the Godzilla thing I'm not for. Because I have no qualms and stuff, whatever. Like, an old movie I haven't seen, which I said one day I'm gonna watch, is what is it? It's an old John Voight movie, and he's like a gigolo, and
It's not too speaking.
No, and things in there, Dustin Hoffman, Midnight Cowboy.
Okay,
Midnight Cowboy. Because the guy's just like, yo, I'm coming from Texas, whatever. All the women in New York got money, whatever. I'm going to be a gigolo. I'm just going to slang dick and get this money. I was like, that's like these chicks with these OnlyFans accounts. Right. I'm sorry, women are OnlyFans. But I mean, this is the movie y'all should watch. Take notes. But that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I have it in my agenda to watch. Like, I have it like on deck to watch at the house.
Okay.
But I'm like, I'm going to get to it. But I want it for that. I don't want a modern day version of it and everything. Let me take the essence of it. Because some things and stuff like, informed. Like, all right, for a fact, you speak more patois than I do.
Right.
Certain jokes slap better in patois than it does in English.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. In the original form, in its truest form, it would hit better.
Right.
Let it just run and hit better and stuff like that and everything like that. And then that's it. If you want to add on to it, whatever, like 30 years later, he got married and blah, blah, blah and all that type of stuff, sure.
Yeah. I think I got disappointed when they remade what was the one with originally done by Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall.
Because again,
and they did the other one was Colin Farrell.
Right, the second one with Colin Farrell. Because again, I was excited because I knew where the technology had gone from there, right? But I was disappointed because it wasn't true to the original storyline.
You still got the lady with 3 titties.
You still got the lady with 3 titties.
I was waiting for her the whole time.
You still got the lady with 3 titties.
Because I was a little dude. I was like, women have 3 titties underneath their clothes? I have 2.
Yeah, 2.
I was like, they have 3?
Why was I robbed?
Yeah, and then I was like, yo, if I watch this Total Recall and that chick with 3 titties not in there,
don't pop up?
This movie's shit. And then she popped up in there like, hey! Just like old times. I have a problem.
Yeah, you do. You do. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. Just leave classics alone. Just leave the classics alone.
Okay. Last question comes from A Bean Master. What is the most beautiful song you have ever heard? Wow. You know what? I listen to so much music.
Yeah.
It's hard. I want to say recently that Alicia Cara girl, that Scars Stay Beautiful.
Right.
The lyric, if she wrote that,
yeah,
kudos to her. It's fucking mint. Because I always thought that Christina Aguilera, that Beautiful Thing was a nice song.
Right.
But that Alicia Cara song, she's like, because like to all the girls in hearing, let me be your mirror, help you see a little more clearer. Like, you know, you're beautiful, just you are. I was like, actually, because society puts that much strain on women.
Yeah.
for like looks and everything like that, and then for a woman to, I feel like women are more anti-women than men are anti-women.
Right.
Like I feel like there's a lot more women haters than there are men hating women, right? And for a young girl still trying to come into herself, because she's in her early 20s possibly, to produce a song like that or to create a song like that, I think it was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Mine is that Daniel Caesar joint, the one where he sings the duet.
With Cali Cheers?
Is that it?
Or with her?
With her.
Best part?
Yeah, best part. Love that joint.
Yeah.
I love that joint.
You're my time when my head hurts.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That line right there?
Yeah, because J. Cole had that one line and stuff with her from before. He's like, I love when you give me head. I hate when you give me headaches. And then he's like, you're my Tylenol when my head hurts. Like, oh, she's not giving you headaches. Hopefully she's giving you head.
Hopefully we know what that Tylenol is.
Hopefully. Okay. All right. About to slide out of this piece. So say the Suns this week. All right, I got it. You ready?
Ready.
So say the Suns this week. Once you learn how to turn hatred into fuel, there's no stopping you. So say the Suns. I feel like a lot of people want stuff, they got like a lot of rage and they don't channel it to the proper places, man. Like, I want to say, yeah, you hear me getting kind of rambunctious and wild and all the above, but then I realize that I'm getting too hot for some things.
Yeah.
And I immediately try to channel it to something and stuff constructive. Because a lot of people and stuff would take that rage and kind of channel it to something destructive.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed that, I want to say, in the previous week, I seen a girl like slash a dude's tires.
Oh, word?
I was I'm like, thank God you didn't slash mine. Right?
Was it was it passing by? You were a passerby?
Yeah, I was a passerby. I was witnessing, like, because it was in a plaza, right?
Right.
So I went to go pick up, I went to like a hair store and stuff to go pick up some products.
Yeah.
And when I went, like she went ham with the knife.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like,
and that's some rage. It's not easy to just slash tires.
Man, that shit is strong.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm like, she's strong. Mm-hmm. I heard this shit go. So I was like, oh damn. And then I look, and she looked at me. Yo, she had this big ass knife in her ass.
Yo, with this.
Yo,
kept straight.
I got shook. I was like, I'm in this car. I'm just gonna go into my car and my business and stuff like that.
Mind your business.
And then the dude came out, and then they start arguing and stuff like that because she got the knife in her hand and everything. And her friend's like, he's not worth going to jail for. I'm like, you won't go to jail anyway. You just damage his property.
Yeah, you slashed the tires.
So I was looking like, so somebody else came and separated them?
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I got to drive off before they try to pin me into this shit. I was too close to the situation and stuff. And I kept saying to myself, I'm like, yo, boo, you could have channeled that shit into better things. And let's say he was a fuck boy. Let's say he was an asshole. Let's say he was whatever. There's other dudes out there probably wanted to be with you. That one would date you for you.
Yeah.
Yes, it sucks. And yes, some people and stuff don't act accordingly and everything like that, but channel that shit to something better. Yeah. Know for a fact, know your worth. Know yourself that you're more worth than a jail sentence or some jail time. Mm-hmm. And just do better. Channel that shit and say, like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm putting you on the block list. I'm done with you. The end.
No control of your emotions. You gotta get that.
Channel, man. Channel.
Under you, man.
Fix that hatred, man. Turn that shit into regular fuel, man. Diesel, whatever the hell. Just keep it going.
Keep it going.
Yes, man.
Turn it into focus. Also, man, we touched upon a lot of important stuff. One of those things we want to reiterate is practice time management, man. If you're not already thinking along that lines,
yes,
never tell yourself you don't have enough time to do anything without actually putting your time in order, because
that's a fact.
You'll find out you got more than enough time than you really think.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. That's it.
That's it.
Once again, folks, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love. Like, comment, subscribe.
Go copy shirt. Copy shirt.
You need to come scoop one.
Dude,
once it's gone, it's gone.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
Because the next one is another So Say the Suns on there.
Limited editions.
All right.
That's what we're telling you. That's what we're telling you.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
The Podical signs with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.